Hello people, in this video let us look at what sentinel surveillance means. Basically, normally what you have whenever some people have diseases, right, they are supposed to be notified to the government by normal traditional notification system, right? So anybody has a disease and the doctor has a diagnosis, they are supposed to notify it to the authorities that there is some disease like this is cholera is spreading or tuberculosis, or there is some increased cases of HIV. So they are supposed to notify them. Thus, there are some cases that still go missing. Okay, so sentinel surveillance is trying to address those missing cases. Okay, so you're trying to catch these missing cases which are not getting notified by the normal traditional notification system. So you have something called a sentinel sites where there are people some doctors who are trained, to catch these type of diseases and notify and add them to the list so that the missing cases also get recognized. That's it, as simple as that. Okay, sentinel is something like the meaning of sentinel here, it says a guard or a soldier whose job is to guard something. Okay, let us see what the textbook says, guys. So basically you will identify the missing cases and thereby you will supplement the routine notified cases. Guys, did you understand? What are we looking at today? Sentinel surveillance. So to the existing surveillance system, you need some extra supplement, right? That is going to identify the missing cases. So a method of identifying missing cases, right? Thereby supplementing the routine notified cases. This is what is known as sentinel surveillance. Okay, so by getting these missing cases also you can kind of estimate as to how many cases could be there in this population, right? Here they are saying that the reporting biases are minimized in this and there is feedback information, etc. Okay, they like the system. They are saying bias is minimized. Okay, if it is minimized, good. So they are saying that this system would provide more valuable and detailed information. Okay, guys, understand here that who will be there in the sentinel surveillance. So some physicians will be there, etc., in selected areas, and they will report the diseases in their areas. So what they're saying, in some settings, this could be less costly than the ongoing notification system. This could be less costly in some settings, not always, but it could be cheap. So the example you can give here is HIV surveillance, guys. So many surveillances for so many diseases are there, but here in the textbook, they're focusing on HIV surveillance. Okay. So there are so many types of HIV surveillance. In that, one of them is this HIV sentinel surveillance. See, you have HIV sentinel surveillance, HIV sero surveillance. So what and all you have? Sentinel surveillance, sero surveillance, AIDS case surveillance, STD surveillance, behavioral surveillance, integration of with other diseases also like tuberculosis. You can do some surveillance. You can do a lot of surveillance. Sentinel surveillance means what? This is what we want to focus on. Okay. So what is that here? Look at this table here first. Number of HIV sentinel surveillance sites. So the sites, let us look at the sites. So they had STD clinics, antenatal checkup clinics. Then you have, what is this? Female sex worker, men having sex with men, migrants they checked, and what is this? Truckers they checked. They checked tuberculosis patients for HIV. So these were HIV sentinel sites. So wherever you can get information, go to where truckers are. That will be a sentinel site for you. Go where migrants are. That would be a sentinel site. Go where there are female sex workers. That is a sentinel site. Men having sex. If there is some gay club, you can go there. Can check them. So all those become sentinel sites. Okay. So whenever a woman comes for antenatal checkup, right? So that antenatal checkup clinic itself can become a sentinel site, right? If there is an STD clinic, then fisher folk, seamen, people who are at sea, those are also sentinel sites, right? So many sentinel sites are there for HIV. So yes, guys, let's move on to objectives. In objectives, what and all are there? You want to determine the level of HIV infection in a particular population, right? Then you want to understand the trends of HIV, standard philosophy that you're going to write in PSM. Understand the geographical spread of HIV infection. Provide information for prioritization of program resources evaluation. Estimate HIV prevalence and burden in the country. Standard PSM preventive social medicine stuff. Okay. What is the objective? Same thing they're explaining here. A risk group. Here they're talking about some VDRL in STD clinics, and you will also check for, you would have collected for others, but you will check it for HIV also, looks like that is right. So something like that. Please look at this if you want. So you will carry it out in such a way that there will be no selection bias or participation bias. So obviously you want to remove all the biases, right? So look at this, the lab guy would have got a lot of blood samples. Just check all of them for HIV kind of a thing, right? So basically there is no bias here. He doesn't know who it is. His job is just to identify the sample which has HIV virus. Same thing they're explaining again and again. Pregnant women attending antenatal clinics are taken as a proxy for general population. So they are kind of representing the general population. So find out if they have HIV. Then you will know how much you can estimate it and find out how much general population also has HIV. Guys, are you understanding? Sentinel surveillance is what we are looking at. Okay. So they started this in 1994 in 55 Sentinel sites, looks like. If you want, you can learn all this numbers. Don't worry, people. The last slide here. Basically, in 2010-11, whatever surveillance they did, they have given you some results or something here. Sentinel sites. See, they have some high-risk groups, bridge group, and general group. So general population is pregnant women. So that's why they said, right, pregnant women will represent the general population kind of thing. Then bridge population are all these disease patients who have STDs, like they could have syphilis or something. And SMM. SMM means what? SMM means single male migrants, guys. Okay, single male migrants. LDT is long distance truckers. So usually male only, you can say. So these are all, these are the bridge population. High risk population is this one, guys. Look at the high-risk population here. Now we're looking at high-risk population, that is IDU, that is injecting drug users, IDU, men having sex with men, female sex worker. TG is what? TG is transgenders. These are also high-risk people, high-risk group. Then we already told you these. So all these are high-risk groups, okay? These four are high-risk. Single male migrants, long-distance truckers, STD patients are medium risk. Or they are bridge population, and general population are pregnant women. So this is what they did in 2010, isn't it? They took a sample size of 250, 400 people in this group. Duration 3 months. The frequency once in 2 years they're checking, is it? Consecutive random samples, age group 15 to 49 is the target. Okay. Unlinked, anonymous with informed consent. Testing strategies, unlinked, anonymous with informed consent. Informed consent, they have taken informed consent. Here they did not take any consent, looks like. Unlinked, anonymous. Blood specimen, here they are taking is dried blood spot. This is dried blood spot. Guys, focus. Then here serum. Okay, serum makes sense to us. Okay. So dried blood spot. And there is some testing protocol called as 2-test protocol. What is this 2-test protocol? Let's understand this also. See, looks like the first test is reactive, the second is non-reactive. The specimen should be tested by a third assay. Is this what they mean by 2-test protocol? See, there are 2-test protocol can also mean they're checking for HIV1 and HIV2. And 2-test protocol, I think it means that you're checking that first is reactive, second is not reactive, something like that, okay? So sentinel surveillance you have understood in this case, especially we have focused here on what? On HIV, okay? As an example. Bye-bye.